YouTube, this is your girl Karmika Boom, broadcasting live from the Boom Boom Room. I would like to talk about I used to be. How many of us used to be something, and so many people still want us to be that, what we have been delivered from? I gotta wipe this lip gloss off my chin. As we have seen this week, so many people have been digging in the garbage can as it relates to Carmen Kaboom, aka Catherine Jones's past life and things, bringing up things that God has delivered me from, without ever disclosing any of their trash of their past. But I digress. Today's video has been brought to us by our unofficial sponsor, Jelly Bean air fresheners. Get them in your life. I had one that really smelled good. I think it was watermelon. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But I think these were seasonal. They may still have them at Walmart. That is where I got them. They're like $2 or $3, maybe $4. I think they were like $2 or $3. But this one is blueberry. I think I will put this one in my vehicle today. Blueberry. And this one is top banana. And they smell so good. They smell so good. You just hang them over the rear mirror, that little thing right there that holds the rear mirror together. These smell so good. And they are not paying me. It is my honor to give them that free plug. Yes. Those smell so good. So, let's get into it. You know, a lot of people, they love to try to find something behind you in your past to try to discredit you because they don't like you. They don't want other people to like you. So the more disparaging and unflattering things that they find about you, the more they think that the chance of making you look bad and destroying, quote unquote, destroying you is a possibility. But let me tell you something. You can't destroy what God has already blessed. God has already blessed my life, and God is in me. And so many of you, my wonderful subscribers, you get tired of me talking about the trolls, but you don't get tired of the trolls attacking me and doing the awful, malicious things that they do to me. And because you fail to defend me, and you don't have the guts or the courage to defend my honor, please get out of my way and do not dare try to interfere with me defending myself. And I'm really bothered by that. And somebody came to my channel last night and made that comment. You know, they were saying, Carmen, you need to get back to doing your regular content. I'm tired of you talking about the trolls. Well, if you're tired of it, don't look at it. You have the same choices that these same fucking trolls have that will not exercise their options to go the other way. You see what's in the title. If you don't like it, don't watch it, period. And this platform is mine. I talk about what I want to talk about, and I talk about the things that impact me in my world. And if you're here for it, so be it. If you're not, so be it. You know, that won't affect me and my voice one way or the other. But, you know, a lot of times people count us out. But whomever counted me out, they certainly cannot count. And I want to say that a lot of these demons, they dig in our past to remind us of what God has already delivered us from. They want us to continue to remember that and to dwell upon that and to live our lives based on that. And I want to say today to let, you know, you can let my life to be an example. Because all of us face different attacks at different times in our lives, at different levels. And the closer we get to a blessing, the more intense the attack. And Satan knows what God has already prepared for us. So he sends a lot of these demons on assignment to disrupt and dismantle. And they can only be successful if we allow them. God gave us the power. The devil and his demons, they're already defeated. They just create an illusion to make us think that they have all this power. But they really don't. And don't ever let demons make you feel guilty about being delivered from what God has delivered you from, and only you know what you have been delivered from. All of us have a past, and some of us are still living in our past. But our past does not have to dictate our present or our future. But the demons want to remind us of our past because they can't control our present, and they desire to dictate and destroy our future. It's your choice to allow them to do that. And, let us not forget how we got here. Whereas these demons have started digging in the garbage bags concerning Carmen Kaboom, aka Catherine Jones's past. It all started with NJ, N-A, N-J. Don't think I've forgotten you. N-J, N-A, N-J. And this demon, she was researching me and recruited and encouraged the other demons to join her task. She came from that hate group that's active right now. That hate group has been building and building. They've been recruiting other demons. And just like roaches, when you turn on the light, they scatter. They start deactivating their pages when you come with that spray can of Raid. And they notice how together and in alliance they are right now. But once things start coming their way, whereas they have to be held accountable, they're gonna run. They're not gonna have anything to do with each other. And if they get trapped with their can of Raid, they're gonna start turning on each other. But right now they in full support of each other. They in alliance, and you best believe that they're not going to be in allegiance with each other. They're not loyal to themselves, so of course they won't be loyal to each other. But right now, they camped out in these little secret groups and plotting and all of this. And most of them are mildly retarded. They don't even have the mind capacity to carry out the agenda that they're trying to plot up. But just let them do what they do and let them fall in their own traps. But just look at how NJ, N-A-N-J, that's the username of one of these old worthless ass keyboard cowards. She ran off when I started trying to find out who she was. But she was so interested in who I was. But, when I leveled the playing field of trying to find out who she was, she wanted to deactivate her page and make her profile invisible and play all these motherfucking mind games. And somebody said, well, she done deactivated her page. She gone now. The bitch is not gone. She just done probably more than likely created an alternate profile and operating under a different usernames. She enjoys that. Those trolls enjoy doing what they're doing too much. Do you think they're gonna stop cold turkey? Hell fucking no. They're just like fucking crackheads. A crackhead is not gonna stop cold turkey. They're just going to find another way to get the motherfucking crack and feed their habit. This is a habit for the trolls. They love fucking with people and playing the fucking victim card. And, that's the power. I've been thinking about that lately. That's the power that the children of God have. We have the power to make these fucking trolls, these demons, pack up and get to running. That's what the demons and the devil supposed to do. They're supposed to flee from me and you who are the children of God. God gave us the power over the hands of the enemy. We are supposed to have the power over these demons. They're supposed to flee from us. We ain't supposed to flee from them. And we're supposed to stand still and watch Almighty God fight our battles and deliver us from the paws and the plots of our enemies. God's enemies will scatter our enemy. God is in us, and we are a part of God. So the enemies of God and the enemies of us, they scatter and they will be put to shame. And I want to say, a lot of these demons, they have been trying to use my past to try to discredit me and disrupt and dismantle my platform for the last 2 years. And I've said it before. If I wrote about it, apparently I'm not ashamed about it. So you cannot try to shame me with what I have owned. Own your truth. Stand in your truth. You know what I mean? A lot of us have a past. All of us have a past. Some of them are more ugly and unflattering than others. But we don't have to dwell in our past, especially if God has delivered us from that. And I feel encouraged to start a campaign. Hashtag I used to be. What did you used to be? A lot of us used to be a lot of things. And a lot of people are ashamed of what they used to be. And they don't want to talk about what they used to be. And they don't want other people to talk about their past, because their past makes them start to reflect on their past and things that they still are struggling with. And that's why so many people have a problem with me embracing my truth and owning my past. And how many people can stand on this platform in front of so many people publicly and own their ugly past? Not many people. So many people will fold up and run away. But I want to be the face of this because I have no other choice. And so many people are looking at me right now and waiting on me to fold and hide my head and all of that. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. I'm pretty sure that infuriates these demons, the enemy. That infuriates them because they feel like I'm a coward just like them. I'm going to tuck my head and run away in shame. You're wrong. That's not going to happen. And those of you that want to look at this and analyze that and be influenced by whatever these people are putting out, whether it be lies or whether it be the truth, you're free to make your decision. And if you want to unsubscribe, you're free to do that. You know, I'm not worried about that because as many people as we've seen before, as many people leave, more people come to take their place. And I'm not here for anybody to like me or love me or any of that. You know what I mean? So I could care less about anybody influenced or being impacted by my past. If you want to dwell and hold a candlelight vigil to my past, you're welcome to do that. But I'm not there. I'm no longer there. And rest in peace to the monologue that's been following me for the last 2 years concerning my past. God will always get all the glory, even in the midst of some of the most ungodly people attacking me. And fear and God, let me say this, fear and God do not occupy the same space. I have God, so there's no room for me to fear any plot or any so-called exposure from somebody who won't even show their face. Somebody who won't even show their credentials in their own past. We don't even know anything about these cowards who call themselves taking their paws and exposing Carmen Kaboom and putting my personal information out here on Front Street. And let me say this about Front Street. There's enough room for everybody on Front Street. So when you take your time to take your paws and dig on Carmen Kaboom and put her information out there, please understand that I reserve the same right and an opportunity to do the same thing to you. So when it's my turn to dig on you and find something else about you and put your information out there in a legal way, I ain't gonna do it in a dirty way. I ain't gonna do it in a niggerish way like a lot of y'all niggerish motherfuckers been doing to me. I'm gonna do it in a legal way. And boy, when we do it the way that I have in mind, it's gonna be the best way. And I'm gonna take my time and let the process take its toll. But please understand, I'm gonna have a turn. You got your turn right now, and I'm gonna have my turn at an appointed time. So let that be clear, that, you know, the same way that I'm taking it when I'm being attacked, it's only fair, you know, that I have my turn. But I'm going to do mine in a legal way, and, you know, we'll go from there. So let's talk about what I used to be. Since so many people are caught up in what I used to be. I don't want anybody to be caught up in any blurred lines or gray areas. Please understand that I am not ashamed of what I used to be. What did you used to be? If you used to be a liar, tell me in the comment section. What did you used to be? I feel compelled to go out in the streets and film any volunteers and who are so happy and ready to testify and tell me what they used to be. What did you used to be that you are no longer right now? What did you used to be? We got to give God the glory and testify today concerning what we used to be. Let me tell you what I used to be. I took my time last night and I wrote out a whole lot of things that I used to be. And do you know, I felt the spirit inside of me just rising up, and it was just something so electrifying came over me, and it made me just overwhelmed and get so emotional, and I wanted to cry because I was so happy about when I started writing all this down. It made me look at what God has brought me from and how he's cleaned me up and turned me around and taken the appetite away concerning what I used to be. Let me tell you what I used to be, and then you can have your turn in the comment section. Tell me what you used to be. Hashtag I used to be. We're gonna do this campaign. Hashtag I used to be. Let's talk about what we used to be. I used to be called crazy. I used to be uneducated and unwise. I used to be double-minded and unstable in all my ways. Not all my ways, but a whole lot of my ways. I used to be unemployed. I used to be homeless. I used to be lonely. I used to be careless and dumbfounded. I used to be looking for love in all the wrong places. I used to be mentally ill. I used to be believing what other people said about me concerning unflattering things and ugly things. I used to be concerned about what other people thought about me. I used to be competing to be liked and accepted by everybody, but I learned that if everybody like you, it's something wrong with you more than likely. I used to be saying what other people want me to say. I used to be doing what other people wanted me to do. I used to be controlled by other people and other people's standards for me and what their standards were set for me. I used to be gullible. I used to be disobedient. I used to be lost. I used to be tortured and twisted. I used to be dazed and confounded and confused and misguided. I used to be unsure of myself. I used to be sad. I used to be depressed. I used to be a real bad whoremonger. I used to be concerned about being liked, like I said, and accepted by everybody. I used to be possessed by sex demons and all kind of other demons. I used to be easily influenced by other people. And I used to be suicidal. Am I the only one that used to be something? I used to be broken. I used to be struggling with my identity. I used to be trying drugs and I used to be trying cigarettes. I used to be trying alcohol. I used to be infected with STDs. Am I the only one today that used to be infected with STDs? Is there anyone today that's looking at this video? Are you infected with an STD right now? That can be in your past. That does not have to be in your present. I used to be infected with STDs. I used to be in bankruptcy. A whole lot of the demons done pulled up my bankruptcy. I let the record show that the president of the United States, Donald Trump, Mr. Orange Skin, he has had several bankruptcies. So let his life be an example that bankruptcies don't stop a motherfucking thing. And you can still keep it moving right along, even if you got a bankruptcy. I used to be bankrupt. I used to have a bankruptcy. Might have another one before it's all over with. I used to be dancing with the devil. I used to be worried about what people thought or said about me and how they gonna dig up all kind of bullshit concerning my past. I used to be unsure of myself. I used to be crying myself to sleep at night concerning the attacks of the demons and heartbreaks and all this kind of stuff. I used to be afraid. I used to be not equipped to defend myself, but them days are gone. I used to be affiliated with fake friends and cool ass snakes. I used to be thinking about fucked up things in my head and in my spirit. I used to be making real bad decisions and choices. I used to be making a whole lot of mistakes. Am I the only one that's had made mistakes and thinking about some old fucked up ass shit? I don't think I am. But let these demons tell it. I'm the only one that's done thought about some fucked up shit when I was a little kid. What about now? I'm a grown woman. I don't even do a lot of those things that I used to do anymore. I used to be abused. I used to be sad. I used to be misguided. I used to be thinking about inappropriate things as a child. When I was a child, I used to think about inappropriate things because I saw a whole lot of inappropriate things demonstrated in front of me. What a lot of these demons don't want to talk about that part. They just want to talk about what I did and what I thought about doing. But they give the ones that taught me those things, they give them a pass. Isn't that interesting? I used to be doing things that my mother told me not to do. I used to do things that my teachers and community leaders told me not to do. I used to be involved with married men. Am I the only one that's ever had a relationship with a married man sexually? Am I the only one? I don't think I am. I used to skip school and be disobedient. I used to accept dick pics from men and have sex the first time I met them. Am I the only one that's done that? I don't think I'm the only one. I used to be in jail. I used to be in a living hell. I used to be running in and out of the streets. I used to be hospitalized. There's so many things that I used to be. I used to be illiterate. I used to be confused. I used to be saying what other people wanted me to say. I think I've said that already. And doing what other people wanted me to do. And I thank God today that I've been delivered from other people. When you get delivered from other people, you got it made as far as living your best life. You got to get over people and what people say and what people do. And I used to be heartbroken. I used to want to live like everybody else was living. But I found out that a lot of these people ain't even living right. They live in such fucked up ways and they live in double lives and they got hidden agendas and they're not even sure themselves. I used to follow the crowd. Thank God that I used to be the things that I'm not today. And I got a long way to go, and God is not through with me yet. And I'm not what I used to be. And thank God that I'm on my way to being what God has created me to be. And whoever wants to talk about what I used to be, don't forget to tell what you used to be and all of the awful things that you still are right now. When you get through talking about me, we can talk about me. But when we get through talking about me, all we're going to talk about you. Yeah, we can talk about what I used to be. But how long are you going to talk about what I used to be? What I used to be has nothing to do with the wonderful woman I am right now. And there's no demon in hell or devil on earth that can get me to think that I'm anything other than what God has me right now. He did a wonderful job when he made me. And I used to be thinking about suicide and ending my life. But I thank God that he saved me from myself. And the devil should have killed me when it had the chance. And now that I am on the path of living my best life that God has created and ordained for me, I don't give a fuck about a motherfucking demon digging in the garbage concerning my past and dragging out all of this bullshit concerning what I used to be. Yeah, hashtag I used to be. Motherfucker, what are you right now? I bet you all of those things that I used to be don't even compare to the awful motherfucker that you are right now. What about what you used to be and what you are right now? Let's talk about that when you get through talking about what Karmika Boom, aka Catherine Jones, used to be. I used to be has nothing to do with what I am right now. Let me be clear about that and let the record show. I used to be all of those things, but I am none of that right now. What I used to be was a beautiful thing that contributed to what a wonderful person I am right now. So those things that I used to be, they were beneficial because they helped me to be the wise and wonderful woman I am today. God has healed me, delivered me, and set me free. And a lot of those things that I used to be, they may be some ugly things. But you and everybody else has some ugly things in your past too. Some are a little bit more fucked up than others. But hashtag, I used to be. What are you used to be? What are you right now? Tell me in the comments section, what did you used to be? Don't let demons make you feel bad and ashamed of what you used to be. Don't let demons take you back down that road from where God has delivered you from. They want to remind us of what we used to be. Over and over again, they want us to be tormented and tortured about what we used to be. Don't let them have that kind of power over you. They want to remind us over and over again of what we used to be. They want us to wallow in all of that mess. I will not. I will not. I certainly will not. I used to be. Hashtag, I used to be. What did you used to be? Don't be ashamed to announce to the world and set the record straight concerning what you used to be. Make it very clear on uncertain terms to the devil and his demons, his legions of little nasty, vile, disgusting demons. Let it be known that that's what you used to be. That's not what you are right now. And God has delivered you from that. And whoever wants to keep on remembering that and reminding themselves of that, let them do that. They have the right to do that. They have a choice to do that. You live in what God has delivered you from and what God has predestined you to be now. What you used to be has no determining factor to what you can be. Used to be. Hashtag used to be. What did you used to be? Holla at your girl. Peace.